Legendary Encounters, an Alien Deckbuilding Game. This is a really great, highly recommended cooperative deck building game. So Legendary Encounters was, I think, one of the original ones was themed after Marvel. They've since done plenty of other themes, but my personal favorite out of the Legendary Encounters deck building games is the Alien one. Part of it because I think it implements the gameplay very, very well. But it also is themed after the Alien movie series, and the expansions even build upon some of the later sequels. This is something where you choose like 4 characters from a given movie. You add all their cards into, a collective barracks deck, and all those cards can come out and be bought to build up your personal deck, which everyone starts with some basic 10 cards. And together you are playing out certain events or 3 objectives throughout part of a movie. So if you were to play the first movie, you might select the scenario of, get rid of the eggs or something like that. So there's some different, there's like objectives that you try to achieve throughout the game collectively. Now, every turn you add a new card off the top of the Hive deck, which is built from cards from that scenario, including extra enemies, and even some helpful cards might come out, but sometimes you won't get those helpful cards available unless you actually find them. One of the things that this does uniquely is instead of just revealing the next card, it comes face down and slides forward. And in order to see what the card is, in order to then maybe attack it, you have to pay, your threat attack points to actually flip it over. But once it's revealed, then it becomes, something that you can target. If it stays too long in that row, which is only like 5 or 6, cards at a time, it enters the combat zone. Then it becomes a threat to every player. At the end of their turn, anything in the combat zone will attack you and you can take damage. So what you don't want to do is have, too many of them in there and not enough time to really get rid of them, so that you all start taking damage, and then you might end up all losing. So you do want to reveal and regularly kill things while they're still in the complex before they come to the combat zone. So there's a lot of gameplay here that really imitates the feel of tension that the movies give you. The artwork is all, unique illustrations for the game based on the movies. So they're not screenshots, but they're very nicely done illustrations. So a lot of your favorite characters are going to be represented, as the base game includes the first 4 movies. If I recall, each movie has 3 scenarios, so there's 12, essentially, if you want to play it as a campaign, 12 games of storyline to play through, but it gets very difficult. It is cooperative, so you are working together, but it's one of those things where you're building your own deck, and you can't really share with your friends around the table what you have at any moment. But there are some really cool playing cards that you can play in response to someone else, or to play to give them an icon that they might be able to use, because there's combos that you can do by having cards played with a certain icon. But it's a lot of fun. I highly recommend checking it out, especially if you like deck building games, if you like the Alien movies, and if you want to look for a really fun cooperative game. This plays in about hour and a half or so. Highly recommend checking out Legendary Encounters, an Alien deck building game.